Facebook page Almond 943 FM to drop your comments on any of the stories that interest you this morning. Very soon I'll be discussing with Barrister Lekontani. We'll be examining the talking points we have from the newspapers. And let's start with the highlights coming from the Punch newspaper. With this tax law, 5 trillion naira VAT windfall for states as new formula begins. The 36 states of the Federation are set to receive an estimated 5.07 trillion naira as their share of value-added tax in 2026 following the commencement of a new VAT sharing formula introduced under the National Tax Act, findings by the Punch have shown. This development is contained in the 2026 to 2028 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper approved by the Federal Executive Council. According to the fiscal framework, the implementation of the new National Tax Act from January 2026 will reduce the federal government's VAT share from 15% to 10%, while the state's share rises from 50% to 55%, and local governments continue to receive 35%. You can read further on that from the Punch newspaper with the headline, Tax Law, 5 trillion naira VAT windfall for states as new formula begins. And still from the Punch newspaper, Togo, Niger, Benin owe Nigeria 25 billion naira for electricity. And still from the Punch newspaper, cooking gas stabilizes around 1,000 naira per kg as supply improves. You can read details from the Punch newspaper. And also from the Punch newspaper, court orders forfeiture of 57 properties linked to Malami sons. The Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered the interim forfeiture of 57 properties allegedly linked to a former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami SAN, and two of his sons, Abdulaziz Malami and Abiru Rahman Malami, to the federal government. Justice Emeka Nwite made the order on Tuesday following an ex parte application filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission through its counsel, Ekele Iheanacho SAN. The development was confirmed in a statement issued on Wednesday by the EFCC's head of media and publicity, Dele Oyewale, who said the properties valued at approximately 213.2 billion naira are suspected to be proceeds of unlawful activities. According to the EFCC, the assets are spread across the Federal Capital Territory, Kebbi, Kano, and Kaduna states and include hotels, university buildings, plazas, filling stations, warehouses, residential estates, shops, factories, and large parcels of land. Court orders forfeiture of 57 properties linked to Malami sons. The Punch has the story. And still from the Punch newspaper, 2027 presidency, obedience back Obi as Dirty Eyes LP ticket. The Obedient movement has insisted that the 2027 presidency should remain in the South, declaring that former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi is best positioned to complete what it described as the region's remaining term. The national coordinator of the Obedient movement worldwide, Dr. Yunusa Tanko, made the position known in an exclusive interview with The Punch amid rising political realignments ahead of the 2027 general election. Tanko's declaration comes on the same day Obi's running mate in the 2023 election, Dati Baba Ahmed, declared for the 2027 presidency at a rally held at the Labour Party's National Secretariat in Abuja on Wednesday. Baba Ahmed's announcement comes barely 1 week after Obi announced his departure from the Labour Party for the African Democratic Congress. 2027 presidency, obedience back Obi as Dirty Eyes LP ticket. That's from the Punch newspaper. You can read details coming from the Punch newspaper. Right, let's move to the Vanguard newspaper. Bandits, herdsmen kill 9 farmers, national park operatives in Oyo, Benue. And with the riders, as police rescue 76 children from kidnapping in Kaduna, arrest 3 suspects. No fewer than 9 persons were killed by suspected bandits and herdsmen in Oyo and Benue states in the last 24 hours. The killings came as the police foiled an attempted attack and planned kidnapping of children in Kasuwan Magani area of Kaduna State. 76 children were eventually rescued by the police, while 3 suspects were arrested. The attack on the National Park Service at Orire local government of Oyo State by suspected bandits led to the death of 4 personnel of the park, while several others sustained injuries. It occurred on Tuesday night when the heavily armed gunmen stormed the National Park facility under the cover of darkness, taking NPS operatives unawares. Sources said the assailants infiltrated the area unnoticed and launched the assault. Eyewitness described the incident as well coordinated, sparking panic among residents of nearby communities, many of whom now fear further attacks. Bandits, herdsmen killed 9 farmers, National Park operatives in Oyo, Benue. That's from the Vanguard newspaper. And as an addendum to that, from the New Telegraph newspaper, Old Oyo National Park attack, we will respond decisively. Makinde, with the rider, confirms killing of 5 forest personnel. Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State has assured residents that his administration will take firm and decisive action to prevent a recurrence of the bandit attack that claimed the lives of 5 National Park Service forest guards in Orire local government area. The governor gave this assurance in a post on his verified Facebook page following the attack on the National Park office at Oloka village in Orire local government earlier in the day. He described the incident as a devastating loss, noting that the slain officers died while carrying out their lawful duties in the service of the country. Late yesterday night, there was a criminal attack by bandits at the National Park office, Oloka village, which resulted in the death of 5 National Park Service forest guard officers. This is a devastating loss of the lives of personnel in the course of carrying out their lawful duties, the governor said, while praying for the repose of their souls. It disclosed that preliminary investigations by security agencies revealed that the incident was a cross-border attack carried out by bandits operating from outside the state. Old National Park attack, we will respond decisively. Makinde, the New Telegraph has the story. And back to the Punch newspaper. Heavy taxes, low wages, threats to livelihoods to nation stability. NLC, with a rider, asks FG to rethink new tax laws. National Labour Congress (NLC) has warned that the combination of heavy taxation, low wages and rising national debt posed a serious threat to Nigeria's economic and democratic stability. Consequently, it asked the federal government to urgently rethink the new tax laws and re-engage organized labor. NLC President Joe Ajaero issued the warning at the book launch and 85th birthday celebration of the founding president of the NLC, Hassan Sumonu, where he accused the government of excluding workers and the poor from critical policy decisions that directly affected their lives. Heavy taxes, low wages, rising debt, threats to nation stability. NLC, the Vanguard, has the story. And still from the Vanguard newspaper, 2027 PDP faction to hold talks with Obi Atiku. That's from the Vanguard newspaper. And to the Nation newspaper, tax loss effect on workers. Oshiomhole Ajaero differ with the riders. Obasanjo, Kuka, others honor first NLC president Sumonu at 85. The 2 foremost Labour leaders, Adams Oshiomhole and Joe Ajaero, differed sharply on the issue yesterday. Ajaero, president of the Nigeria Labour Congress, said the tax laws, which took effect from January 1, proposed the taxation of minimum wage earners. However, Senator Oshiomhole, a former NLC president, insisted that minimum wage earners are exempt from taxation. They spoke yesterday at the presentation of his book, Organized, Don't Agonize, written by the first president of the NLC, Alhaji Hassan Sumonu, to mark his 85th birthday. Tax laws effect on workers. Oshiomhole, Ajaero differ. The Nation newspaper has the details. And still from the Nation News paper, Aliko Dangote withdraws petition before ICPC against Ahmed. Obi's ex-running mate slams ADC members as disgruntled. Can read details from the Nation newspaper. And from the Sun newspaper, tax laws will worsen poverty. NLC wants FG. That's from the Sun newspaper. And still from the Sun, 2027, Rainbow Coalition will produce all elective positions in Rivers. Wike, that is from the Sun newspaper. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has boasted that candidates supported by his Rainbow Coalition, made up of members of different political parties in Rivers, will win all elective positions in the state in 2027. Wike stated this on Wednesday during his thank you visit to Asari Toru local government area of the state. Rainbow Coalition was under the Renewed Hope family, initiated by Wike to galvanize support for the re-election of President Bola Tinubu for a second term in the state. The initiative collapsed all political party allegiance under one roof, the Renewed Hope family in Rivers. Wike reiterated that Rivers politicians have moved beyond party politics to unite for the interest of all under the Renewed Hope family. After Tinubu, the Rainbow Coalition will produce every elective position in Rivers State in 2027. So if you don't belong to this Rainbow family, forget it. 2027, Rainbow Coalition will produce all elective positions in Rivers. Wike, that's from the Sun newspaper. And still from the Sun, how opposition coalition parties can defeat Tinubu in 2027. Mogalu. I'm moving to the Daily Trust newspaper. Wike describes Fubara as a bad child. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has described Governor Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State as a bad child. Speaking during a thank you visit to Asari Toru local government area of Rivers State as part of his ongoing visit across the 23 local government areas of Rivers, Wike accused Fubara of cancelling some of the projects he handed over to him. Government is continuity. I employ over 10,000 River youths, but the person we handed over power to cancelled those jobs. A bad child is a bad child. That's how you know how human beings are. I handed over. See where I stopped. Please make sure you continue with this program that will make our state one of the most respected in this country. Today we are here to say thank you. You have always stood with us. No matter how tough it looked, you always came through with success. Now that all the forces have come together and are united, it is time to go home and sleep with our eyes closed, knowing that all is well. Wike described Fubara as a bad child. The Daily Trust has the story. And still from the Daily Trust, days after nurse's murder, female lawyer killed, dumped on Abuja Road. That's from the Daily Trust newspaper. Also from the Daily Trust newspaper, no governor has control over APC. Yewatda, national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Professor Nentawe Yewatda, says the ruling party is not under the control of any governor. According to the chairman, governors do not have ultimate control over the party as decisions are often made at the national level. He said this when he featured on a radio program in Jos, Plateau State. Across the country, nobody can take any section of the party. For anything you are going to do at the state level, it is planned at the national level. It is not planned at the state level. This is the APC structure, and that is how we work. Nentawe further said to avoid unnecessary crisis, they have avoided forming a board of trustees in the party. He emphasized that that was why APC doesn't have a board of trustees. No governor has control over APC. You watch that. That's from the Daily Trust newspaper. And before moving away from the Daily Trust newspaper, Venezuela has agreed to release 50 million barrels of oil to US. That's from the Daily Trust newspaper. And back to the New Telegraph newspaper. Mufwang, APC chairman launch e-registration in Plateau. 8 trillion naira NNPCL debt cancellation exposes Tinubu's financial recklessness. Obi. Still from the New Telegraph newspaper, Tinubu celebrates Isaremu at 65. And moving to the Guardian newspaper, how I reformed Labour to end CIA KGB influence in Nigeria. Obasanjo, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, has said that reforms introduced during his time as military head of state were designed to free Nigeria's labor movement from foreign influence at the height of the Cold War. Speaking at the 85th birthday celebration and book launch of former Nigeria Labour Congress President Hassan Sumono in Abuja, Obasanjo explained that rival labor organizations were then receiving funding from the Soviet Union's KGB and the United States CIA, a situation he said undermined Nigeria's sovereignty. How I reformed Labour to end CIA KGB influence in Nigeria. Obasanjo, The Guardian has the story. After Obi's exit, Baba Ahmed steps forward to lead LP, declares presidential ambition. That's from The Guardian newspaper. Court orders interim forfeiture of 57 properties linked to Malami worth 213 billion naira. That's also from The Guardian newspaper. And lastly, from the Nigerian Tribune, CIA, KGB once funded Nigeria's labor movement. Obasanjo, that's from the Nigerian Tribune. And still from the Nigerian Tribune, resident doctor strike not due to neglect, says FG. Court grants Malami, wife, son, 500 million naira bail each. That's also from the Nigerian Tribune. If you're interested, you can pick a copy of the Nigerian Tribune to read the details. And before leaving the Tribune, Norway foolishly chose not to award me Nobel Peace Prize despite ending 8 wars. Trump. You can read the details from the Nigerian Tribune. Do not forget you can join our Facebook page and drop your comments on any of the stories that interest you this morning. I will have some comments here. Daniel Odene, thank you very much for your comments. Watching from Alugongon, Igboloyin Axis. Sulaiman Sharif says, good morning and kudos to everyone in the studio. Some months ago, federal government promised to recruit more forest guards to protect our forest reserves. Till now, nothing to show for it. I will urge Oyo State governments to mobilize Amotekun Corps to all forests across the state and fight against those gunmen because security is local. That's Sulaiman Sharif on Facebook. Omade Adekunle says good government efforts on security in Oyo State are noted, especially the role of Amotekun. Still, incidents like this remind us that lives are at stake. Our security personnel should intensify intelligence gathering and secure vulnerable areas to prevent future attacks. We should always support the government by dialing emergency security number 615 anywhere we notice security challenge in our community. That's Omade Adekunle on Facebook. Prince Omoria, good morning to you too. Thank you very much. Miriam Yetunde says, good morning. The attack in Oyo yesterday is saddening. I urge security agencies and the state governments to be more proactive. Oyo State has been one of the most peaceful states, making it crucial for security agencies to arrest the situation and sustain the state's tranquility. That's Miriam Yetunde's message on Facebook. Sheriff Agumbiade, good morning to you too. You can join the conversation by dialing the number 0704 7000 943 0704 7000 943. and 09011111943, 09011111943 to join the conversation this morning and share your thoughts on some of the stories that we have this morning. Any of the stories that interest you, you share your thoughts with us. 0704 7000 and 09011111943. Okay, now let us examine the talking points that we have this morning, and we'll start off from the incident in Oyo State, and that's in Orire local government, where yes, the governor called them bandits, but according to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's designation of armed men now, they can be regarded as terrorists. Yes. And so, according to the governor, 5 persons were killed at the National Park Service office. If we look at the pattern of these, from northeast, moves to the northwest, to the north central. Now, the north central, Niger, Kwara border, and now moving to Oyo State. Are you seeing the pattern?
The issue about these terrorists, there's no any pattern that you are looking at. They have been there. They are in our forest. Don't let us just trying to hide behind a finger. The truth about the matter that these people are in our forest. They are only waiting for the opportunity to strike. The earlier we get this thing done, the better. What am I talking about? I'm talking about state police. They must be flushed out of the forest. Nobody have told me that they have entered into the forest to comb those forests. Our forests, they are being occupied by these people. They are there. Don't let us deceive ourselves. Don't let us deny it. Are we saying that they are not in the Ondo forest as we speak? They are there. So it is when they strike that you know they are there. They may be going from forest to do one operation somewhere else and return. They are there. So I don't understand. Maybe this is what we are going to be doing, going forth and back on this issue. So we know what to do.
So not necessarily those that are dislodged from Sokoto through the missiles of Donald Trump.
Nobody should deceive them. Those people that are dislodged, they can be added to it. But those that are in the forest are there. They are there.
The federal government came up with, last year came up with a policy of bringing up forest guards that will be in the forest, and this was supervised by the office of the NSA, the National Security Advisor, and they have been given sophisticated weapons. But why is it difficult for the federal government to, if the forest guards are given sophisticated weapons?
How many? What is the number?
Why not the states that have like pseudo state security police like Amotekun? Why is it difficult
to be given
to allow them to carry sophisticated weapons?
Because the law says that they cannot do that. You see, don't let us.
The law that is saying that forest guards.
You see, don't let us be doing this in piecemeal. It's either we have the state police or we don't want to have it. And if we don't want to have it, we have no reason for not having it. So all these governors that are shouting there and there and all that, they are not sincere with themselves. If they are sincere, if they are saying that they want a state police, sponsor your representative in the house to move for it. Let your people move, and we will now see those people that were against it. So all of them are playing games. Let's move to another topic, please. Don't let us waste our time on this. We know what to do. If we refuse to do it, then let's see. The politicians are playing their politics, and their games are known to them. They understand their games. On this security, it appears that everybody, we all agree, even the governors agree. On paper, but in action, they are doing different things. Now, what is concerning this one now? It happened in Oyo State, Abi. So what's stopping from our governor saying that, okay, representative, this I'm fed up with this nonsense. If I really believe in the state police, Odidi Omo, go and move it. Let's see who will now oppose you. Is that not how to do? How to take action if you really believe in anything? If you forget it, they are just playing lip service to it. They have their reasons for not doing it.
It has Amotekun. So is that not some level of commitment?
So these Amotekun we have. We are not saying that they are not doing it. Are they enough? So don't let us belabor this and overflog this issue. We know where we are going. If you are not going to taking the route that would take us to where we are going, then we have reason for not doing it. So don't let us continue, just talking on these things and now sounding like a dysfunctional gramophone.
According to you, if the politicians are playing politics with this, but for the masses that are feeling the brunt, whose family are being killed, who are losing relatives and friends, so what should be their own action in this regard, or will they just stay helpless?
What has been our action in everything that concerns us? No. The people that are supposed to represent even the voice of the masses and all that, are they doing the job? Are they not distracted? I'm talking about NLC. I'm talking about the National Association of Nigerian Students. Those are the pressure groups that we know in the past that have been very, very effective in coordinating the affairs of things of a public interest. So where are they today? NLC has put himself in a very awkward and terrible way by saying that they are floating party, and their leader has become more of a opposition party person than being a union leader. Ajaro had failed Nigeria seriously. Ajaro is not a labor leader. You and I know. Those things that are very, very central to the need of the people that are supposed to be championed by NLC are left unattended to. And when he wants to do it, he will bring a lot of politics into it and mess up the whole thing, because he's more of a politician than being a labor leader. These are the issues that we're talking about here. So don't now tell me that there is an NLC anywhere here. We have a political party that are playing a role of opposition leader party rather than pressure group. They are created to be pressure group. Let's move to another topic, please.
Now let's look at politics. Peter will be moving to the ADC, and that has been getting reaction. Yesterday, we got another twist coming from Labour Party where he left. But we'll be right back after this short break, and we'll look at what Adati Baba Ahmed said. That is a former vice presidential candidate in Labour Party. Be right back after this short break. Please don't change it down.
The time is 7 o'clock from Almond 94.3 FM. It's dry season. Be careful of open fire.
Aago méje òwúrọ̀ ró kege láti kàn ní Almond 94.3 FM. A ti wà lásìkò ọ̀gbẹlẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣọ́ra fún náà ọmọ rárá.
Welcome back. You are listening to Almond Headliners on Almond 94.3 FM. Barrister, now, so we're talking about the twists we keep getting from the political scene. Dati Babakme saying that he is also ready to take charge in Labour Party and standing as a presidential candidate come 2027. Describing those in the ADC as political travelers. What's your take about this?
No, if he says they are political travelers, I think he described them, in a very appropriate term. But whether they are travelers, they are not travelers, they are all playing games. They are not playing, and they are aspiring to become what every one of them want to become. So, and they have the right to so do. Now, the issue of you calling those people traveler, they are traveler because they always move. Who are among them are not traveler? Are you going to say that Atiku is not? That one is a permanent traveler. He has never disengaged his portfolio of baggages anytime. Always ready to travel at any time. So is a confirmed traveler. So you say that in his word. So he is now declared. I think Dati Ahmed was saying that he believed in this rotational things and it's the South in the past. So why is he changing his mind to say that he's going to flag for, maybe it's in the absence of any credible candidate, he now pushing himself forward, because I've not seen anyone in the NLC that's shown any seriousness towards that. So, and the place will not remain vacant anyway. He's only trying to hold forth and let people see that, okay, they are not without any candidates to fly the flag of because it's when you have candidate that you have vice aspirants. So you cannot say I'm a vice aspirant when there is no candidate showing up to take up the thing. I think that's maybe that's position is being foisted on him by circumstance situation the Labour Party find themselves. It's okay.
Could that lay to rest at the crisis in Labour Party? INEC has come out to say that it's not recognizing the Abure-led NWC, and also Dati Baba Ahmed has been at the forefront of reconciliation in the Labour Party. We also have Alex Oti and Nenadi Usman on another side. So is it possible that they'll be able to group themselves in the absence of Peter Obi?
I think, when I was watching the clip yesterday, maybe it was an old clip, I saw Abure now.
Yes, with Dati.
So that
is not an old clip.
So, I mean, that is suggesting that something is happening about reconciliation and all that. It's good for them if they can reconcile and all that. At least we have Labour Party as opposition party, and that will put pay to the fear that some people saying that we are going to have one party state. I don't think we are going to have one party state, and that is what is happening. They will regroup, they will put up a fight, and the issue is that can they put up a good fight? That's yet to be seen, the way they are going about organizing themselves and positioning their party.
Is that a crack in the opposition if they are not working hand in hand with the coalition in the ADC?
You see, this coalition of the thing, I don't really understand the coalition of the thing, because this all of them have the ambition they are pursuing, and none of them is ready to step down for the other, and the time is ticking away, and we are fast approaching the thing, and it's like they are hoping against hope that the other person will step down. Look at Obi, you see, what is the problem of this coalition of the thing? ADC is having serious problem now, because the other time we said, and you agree with me, that the best ticket I'm still saying is Atiku Obi. And that ticket, to pull that ticket through, it will take miracle. And that is the truth. Because Atiku is bent on running it for the... And if you look at Obi, the body language of Obi, he doesn't mind to be VP. But he dare not open his mouth to tell Obedient that he want to be VP to anybody. Everyone would let loose on him.
But he's the leader of the...
he's leading a mob. You don't. If you're a leader of mob, it's the mob that is in control of you. You are not in control of. Obi is not leading. They are the one leading Obi from the rear. I don't want to sound disrespectful, but that is the truth.
But has it not convinced them that working with the likes of Atiku Abubakar, the likes of Aregbesola, the likes of the Mark and other Amechi, who many Obidians believe that are establishment politicians that Obi should not have anything to do with. But now he is there, they are supporting him. So can he not also convince them?
The convincing is being done by Obedient, not the other way around. You are missing it. You see, if you look at Obi very well, Obi is watchful and mindful of the way his people, the way they want to go, and being careful. And you will see that Obi cannot open his mouth to take a position that would be detrimental or be uncomfortable, to the obedient. That is the situation. And a leader, if you call yourself a leader, you don't lead by the rear now. You lead, they follow you. You lead. Why you call somebody a leader is that you can lead by virtue of the ideology that you have. You see, go and look at people that you call a leader, even in our country. Based on are you talking about who? Are you talking about Zika? Are you talking about Amadou Bello? Are you talking about Sardauna? You see these people, they have something. The followers are really following them for. So these are the issues. Obi is the making of Obi is obedient that made Obi. Obi did not make the obedient. Did you get that? Obedient that made Obi. They are the one that made him. The followers of Awo are not the one that made Awo. Awo made them, gathered them. Do you understand? And that is why Awo could lead. Sardauna gathered his people. Sardauna led. Zik had philosophy. And Zik led all through. So that same thing cannot be said about Obi now. Obi, tell me the ideology of Obi now. What is it preaching? That's the issue. So that is the problem with Obi. And now, Obedient and Obi are looking for a platform where they will be offered. They don't even want to go for primaries. They don't want to do primaries. That is, if you look at their body language and the way they don't want primaries, they are looking for where come and take. Because if Obi should go for primaries in ADC with Atiku, we know the result. So, and the way you are saying that Obi must appear on the ballot. How will you appear on the ballot if you don't want to go for primaries? And is a man that said he will not give shishi. And primaries in Nigeria today, anybody that doesn't want to give shishi and they are not going to beg him with the ticket, then you must be daydreaming. So if you must contest, you must be ready to pay shishi. Not only shishi, you pay kobo to 100. Do you understand? It's not only shishi you pay. So that is the issue, and that's the reality, and that is what the Atiku camp I really bank on. No, Atiku told you that he has never lost primaries before, except the one that he lost to Buhari. And it's because shishi meet shishi. Dollar met dollar then. Dollar for dollar. And someone bow. So that is the issue.
But Buhari did not have the dollar.
We know who spent the dollar.
Buhari borrowed the money.
No, forget it. But Buhari didn't even spend anything. They dressed him presidential. Those people that want him there dressed him presidential, and that is why the person that dressed him presidential told him at the appropriate time that I made you. stop disturbing me.
It's payback time.
It's my time. So that's it. We all know all those things. So now, how will you want to take that ticket? That's the problem. And now, the people that are appealing to Obi, they are appealing to Obi because of the mathematical combination and the projection that it is when you could have the bulk of the East vote represented by the obedient. Do you understand? To add to you that you have any chance of challenging APC. That is what ADC is saying. But ADC is not ready, or Atiku is not ready to give the tickets to him. And the one that the obedient, Obi is ready, but obedient are not ready to say yes because it is presidential ticket or nothing. So how do you now get get going with that? There is a serious problem in ADC, and that is the problem. To now agree to that combination, how they can blend that to come.
Let me take your reaction to the renewed crisis, which appears to be going the way of being a conflagration in Rivers State between Fubara and Wike after the emergency rule. Some political observers believe that there is some sort of energy from Fubara, and Wike as well has been talking tough, saying that the Rainbow Coalition that is leading, that's the Rainbow Coalition, some will say that PDAPC under the Renewed Hope family in Rivers State, aside from the election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will produce every elected person in Rivers State come 2027. And with the political dynamics, with the battle, even from the national level of APC, which appears to be backing Fubara, and Wike also talking tough. How do you see a major clash ahead of the election?
They are playing the politics. The greatest beneficiary of this politics is Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes. The tactician himself knows it from the beginning that this is how it's going to play out. Fubara will be sustained as a governor.
But Wike has said no directive from the president can make Fubara to get automatic ticket.
No, Wike is talking too much. He's talking too much, and talking too much is what is infuriating some section of the national leaders of the APC. That even if that should be, it doesn't lie in your mouth to say it openly that no amount of the thing and all that. Do you understand? So you see, both sides are talking too much. Fubara, after the campaign, what he needed to do is to pipe low and be working, not talking to the press and be saying all those things he's saying. He doesn't need all that. He has not learned that. He has learned some lessons in the past, but that part of lessons. So, when you go to university, you have different courses. You have your main course, you borrow courses from outside and all that. No, he's failing in the borrow courses. That is very, very important. When you are studying law courses is main courses, but you do some other courses. You do philosophy of crime, philosophy of law. They are borrow courses, and that make you to understand the nitty-gritty behind crime, behind law, what make law to be law and all that. Having studied jurisprudence. So, but if you fail those courses, you may not well grounded though in law, because what the totality of law is not only law courses, it's not only law as it is. So what make that law to be law? What is the reason behind making that rules? You must know it. For you to circumvent or to defend or to present a case, you must know all those facts. Fubara has failed borrow courses in that wise. Main one Yes, he learnt that one. But those people that advise him, those people that are talking to him and all that about the camping to APC, they have not told him he has not really learnt the other courses that really will make him tick in this, because it's a very, very delicate and very high wired politics. Fubara is not a politician, and he has shown that he's not a politician. Because I don't expect him to be talking too much of this, because it is when you are talking that you are fueling you are giving weapon. You are even exposing yourself to the other side. Wike would not have had anything. Wike would have been seen to be purely aggressor without Fubara talking. The camp and be doing your thing. Then you see, it is Fubara that giving Wike this fuel. He's providing the fuel. So and that is it. And Wike, Wike is known for this kind of for fight. You are going to his stuff. Where is that's where he is the king of the jungle. But
comfort zone.
Comfort zone. That's the word. Comfort zone. So, and if you want to win anybody, you don't adapt the pattern. You don't adapt his strategy, because he's a master. His master is the strategy in any contest. It's like what would I call it? Two pipe tunnel. That's the word I'm looking for. Tunnel, like a two tunnel. Any of those contending parties can convince the other person to enter his own tunnel that wins the race, because you know where your tunnel lead you to. Your tunnel leads you to, and the other person know. So if I successfully drag you into my tunnel, of course you have lost. That is it now. That is the issue of life when it comes to competition, comes to anything. If you are playing football and the one team force the other team to play his own tactics, of course you cannot beat me and my tactics. That is the issue. So I'm the king of that thing. So Fubara ought to have been working against the Wike's tactics. The tactics of Wike is what he's doing now, and you cannot beat him on this. Look at the way he's going about it. You started it, you are now going around. Wike has done this. It's because you have come to his stuff. So that is the way I see it. Fubara needs to be more circumspect when he's handling this issue. It's not as straightforward as he's handling it.
All right, let's pick one or two calls before we round off. 0704 7943, 0704 7943, and 09011 1943, 09011 are the numbers to dial to join the conversation this morning. Ojo Okpeyemi Emmanuel says PDP faction to dialogue with Peter Obi. It is a welcome development. This will strengthen opposition. Thank you very much for your comment. Okay, let's make it snappy. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name, where are you calling from?
I'm John Uzonjaku. Thank you, the lawyer, for being there. You said Wike is talking too much. You don't know Wike. He does what he says. No one can stop Wike from achieving what his heart has told him to do, or his heart desire. I have advised APC to treat Wike's matter with the caution. Let him open up on 2023 presidential election results, and therefore he made it to ensure APC won the presidential election in Rivers State, the only state in the South where APC came victorious. We should be cautioned in treating Wike. I can tell you that he's a competent general and is ready for any person anytime. I'm John Uzonjaku. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Toyese and the barrister.
Mr. John Lanrewaju, good morning to you.
Thank you very much. Well, on the issue of insecurity in Oyo State, as far as I'm concerned, I think there was a time, last year to be precise, that they just gather, the Southwest governors gather, particularly on insecurity in the Southwest. And since today, I've never think that they have done any necessary things or taken any necessary steps to curb this insecurity in the southwest. Maybe they are just waiting for the time that these people will attack, and they will just gather, they will just run enter and scatter to know what to do. I think their approach is very weak as far as I'm concerned. But I'm appealing the Oyo State government to jail up. And the federal government is talking about the forest guide. Where is the forest guide now? Because these people came from the forest to attack these people. So where is the forest guide, guys? And for the wicked, as far as I'm concerned, I will not say Fubara should hold his mouth or not to talk, because this is a politics. You can't be when if you don't talk. This guy don't know how to talk because he was still under wicked. We thought he was gentle and he could not talk because he's still in the PDP and other wicked. But now that the APC, they have to feel we now. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you for your contribution. 0704 7943 and 09011 1943. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Toyese.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my barrister. Speaking.
Good morning, Mr. Biodun.
Since year 2021, I have been screaming on many radio stations that insecurity is moving down south. Our governors should put on their thinking cap and find a way to protect us. We are in it already. Barrister, my challenge you will speak now is this. Many Nigerians are still waiting on the president to push for state police. Many Nigerians, they are leaving their governors and their representatives at the national, even at the state level, to speak up on state police. And until we bring the solution of insecurity to the local level, we can't solve insecurity. My barrister, to comb the forest, is it not the vigilantes or the hunters that can do this thing effectively? Do we think the forest guards are being guided by the president can do this thing well? I want to more those are the people that can comb the forest. But we are still leaving it to the president. Please, let's talk to our governors and beg them. They should push for state police. If the presidency establishes state police today, Mr. Toyese, who will be paying their salary? Is it the president or the state governor? Who will be responsible for their financial activity? It's still the governor. So let the governors do these things, especially the Southwest governors. Let them come together and make a reasonable meeting.
All right.
Kudos to the later Dolu. I wish he's still alive today. Maybe he would have done better than what these people are doing.
I really believe in action than talk.
All right.
Sorry, I did. And Mr. Toyese, lastly, I'm waiting for the public hearing on this taxation. You said there will be public hearing.
No, it had been done. It had been done before any bill will be passed at the National Assembly. There will be a public hearing stage.
Who is saying that there will be
a public hearing stage before any bill is passed.
The public hearing has been
done. So why are the public complaining?
All right.
No, it's only public that is complaining. NLC is now complaining. When where were they when the thing was being done? The Ajaero was busy doing politics and flying around, putting his mouth.
He said they were excluded. We just have to round off. Thank you very much, Barrister Kotali, for your time.
Thank you.
Apologies, we won't be able to pick more calls. I am Toyese Oyebode. Thanks for listening. You can join me on Saturday on another edition of Frank Talk at 11 a.m. We'll be looking at Donald Trump's invasion and of